The Dark by Lemony Snicket. Illustrated by John Klassen. I wonder what this book is going to be about. It looks like there's a little boy on the cover looking down a staircase and it's dark. Maybe it's going to be about a boy who is scared of the dark. I think that basements, which usually have stairs leading to them, are scary. Maybe let's read ahead and see what happens. The Dark by Lemony Snicket. Illustrated by John Klassen. So we're not quite in the book yet. We're in the paratext. And I see that the little boy is walking around in the dark. This could be that he is walking around in the dark and is scared of the dark. And maybe he learns not to be afraid of the dark. The Dark. Ooh, this is very nice. Looks like there's a sunset. Laszlo was afraid of the dark. Oh, so it is a story about a boy who's afraid of the dark. You can tell that he's not afraid right now, but from the look on his face, you can see that it's starting to get dark. Ooh. The Dark lived in the same house as Laszlo, a big place with a creaky roof, smooth, cold windows, and several sets of stairs. This reminds me of my cabin growing up, and the basement was pretty scary and dark at that place. You can see that he's at the top where it's probably safer and lighter. He doesn't go down as much. Sometimes the dark hid in the closet. Sometimes it sat behind the shower curtain. Oh, let's fix that up. Sometimes it sat behind the shower curtain. There, I was going too fast. Yeah, it's dark behind those areas. But mostly it spent its time in the basement. All day long, the corner would wait. All day long, the dark would wait in a distant corner, far from the squeaks and rattles from the washing machine, pressed up against some old, damp boxes and a chest of drawers nobody ever opened. At night, of course, the dark went out and spread itself against the windows and doors of Laszlo's house. Oh, yeah, I can see that it's dark in the basement. I think that Laszlo's going to have to go into the basement, though, maybe. That's where the dark is, and he's going to have to face his fears. Let's read on. But in the morning, the dark would be back in the basement, where it belonged. Laszlo would peek at the dark every morning. "Hi, dark," he would say. "Hi, dark." So he's trying to face his fears, but he never actually goes into the dark. He must have to go into the dark once at this point in the book. It must be coming. Ooh, bedtime. This is when it's darkest. Laszlo thought that if he visited the dark in the dark's room, maybe the dark wouldn't come visit him in his room. But one night, looks like something's going to happen. I feel like it's going to get very dark because he's going to have to face his fear, and this is probably what's going to come. It did. Oh, yes. That page is so dark. Looks like his nightlight went out. "Laszlo," said the dark, in the dark. Oh, the dark is speaking to him. Oh, I feel scared for Laszlo. He must be so scared. The voice of the dark was as creaky as the roof of the house, and as smooth and cold as the windows. And even though the dark was right next to Laszlo, the voice seemed very far away. "What do you want?" asked Laszlo. I want to show you something, said the dark. I wonder what he's going to show him. I feel like he's going to show him some kind of the darkness, but I don't know what. The dark knows that Laszlo is scared of him, so maybe the dark is going to help him not be afraid. Let's read on. In here? No, said the dark. Oh, he doesn't want to show him anything in the closet. In here? No, said the dark. Downstairs. Oh, so they do have to go downstairs. Downstairs? Yes, said the dark. Oh boy. Laszlo must be very scared because he has to go into the dark now, into the basement where he doesn't ever go. And now he has to face his fears with this very scary voice and creaky voice. In Laszlo's living room was the biggest window in the house. Laszlo looked out at all the dark wood outside. Oh, we're going to fix that up since I was going a little too fast. In Laszlo's living room was the biggest window in the house. Laszlo looked out at all the dark outside. Above him the roof creaked, and he closed his eyes. Now the dark was all Laszlo could see. No, said the dark. Not there. Down here. Oh, you can see the voices coming from the basement. So we know that Laszlo usually says hello to the dark in the basement, and that he's scared of the dark. So he must be facing his fear in the dark because of what we know from the story. In the basement? Asked Laszlo. Yes, said the dark. Laszlo had never dared come to the dark's room at night. Come closer, said the dark. Oh boy. Laszlo must be getting quite worried and nervous. I know I would be if I had to go into a place where I didn't know and where I was scared. He must have lots of courage to be doing this. Laszlo came closer. Even closer, said the dark. Boy, that looks very dark in there. I hope Laszlo becomes not afraid of the dark. You might be afraid of the dark, but the dark is not afraid of you. That's why the dark is always close by. The dark peeks around the corner and waits behind the door, and you can see the dark up in the sky almost every night, gazing down as you gaze up at the stars. Without a creaky roof, the rain would fall on your bed, and without a smooth, cold window, you would never see outside, and without a set of stairs, you could never go into the basement where the dark spends its time. Without a closet, you would have nowhere to put your shoes, and without a shower curtain, you would splash water all over the bathroom, and without the dark, everything would be light, and you would never know if you needed a light bulb. Bottom drawer. I'm kind of confused why there would be the bottom drawer. I guess we'll have to read ahead to see why we'd have to look in the bottom. What? Bottom drawer, said the dark. Open the bottom drawer. Thank you, said Laszlo. Oh, it's a light bulb for his night light. That makes sense. You're welcome, said the dark. The dark just wanted to help Laszlo. This reminds me of when I didn't become afraid of the dark and I did have a night light. It sure helped me not be afraid of the dark. By the time Laszlo got back into bed, the dark was no longer in his room, except when he closed his eyes to sleep. Oh, see? Laszlo looks much more at peace there in his bed with his nightlight. And now that he's not so afraid of the dark, I think that he's not going to be afraid of the dark for the rest of the book because of what the dark did for him. The next morning, Laszlo visited the dark in the basement. Hi, he said. Hi, dark. The dark didn't answer, but the bottom drawer was still open, so it looked like something in the drawer was smiling. Oh, that looks nice. I feel like that's very easy to see with a drawer like that. The dark kept on living with Laszlo, but never bothered him again. Oh, so he isn't afraid of the dark. He must be so happy. What a great story. The end.